Hello, everybody, and welcome to Destroy All Humans. Now, this is going to be this and the sequel, well, the reprobed sequel, anyway, the remastered versions of both of these games, are going to be the next series I do, um, in addition to Sly Cooper, which is still currently running. Um, and then I'm not sure what I want to do after that, but I got plenty lined up, so I'll see what I feel like recording, videos for later down the line. But let's just go ahead and hop right into the first Destroy All Humans. Humans of planet Earth, be advised, while the experience has been upgraded, the content and historical record of the original invasion of the Furons remains a near-identical clone. The story, words, and images contained within may be shocking to the modern human brain.
Hello, friends. Have you ever gazed up into the night sky and wondered at the possibility of life on other planets? What marvelous beings might exist out there, hands extended in friendship, awaiting the moment when we humans take our first tentative steps into space? What tales will be told of that glorious day when we are first contacted by our brothers from beyond the stars?
Destroy all humans, one giant step on mankind.
5. All systems go, General. 4.
Come on, baby, show us what you got.
3.
What the hell?
2.
What in the blue blazes is that?
1.
No, wait! Stop the countdown!
Incompetent fool. I should never have sent you.
What's shaking, Pox? You look a little, what's the word? Constipated.
Let's just say I hope you turn out to be less of an evolutionary dead end than your predecessor.
You lost me.
Shall I tell you a secret? Few of our people know this, but the DNA patterns in our cloning banks are becoming more and more degraded with each new clone.
That's bad, right?
Only if we want to retain our immortality through cloning. Of course it's bad! I sent Crypto-136 in search of a planet we visited many eons ago. A planet seeded with pure Furon DNA. But I lost contact.
Let me get this straight. You sent me, him, Crypto-136, to a hostile planet, and he's disappeared. Maybe captured, maybe even being tortured as we speak.
Well, I wouldn't jump to any conclusion.
I bet you wouldn't. Let me tell you something, Pox. You're a smart cookie. But there's a time for thought, and there's a time for action. And this is one of those times.
Which?
The second one.
Perhaps you're right, 137.
Of course I'm right. You kidding me? A cryptosporidium captured by a bunch of monkeys? We gotta go in. We gotta crack some craniums. We gotta rescue me. Him. He's gotta rescue me. I gotta... Brains, man. When do I get to blow things up?
Patience, Crypto, patience. I take your point. Prepare the mothership.
That's what I'm talking about. So, What's the name of this crummy planet?
Our destination. The planet Earth.
Alright, well, here we go. We're going to go invade the Earth. Also, something that I wanted to mention too is, I know the guy has done a lot more than just this, but I grew up on a game that is still to this day one of my all-time favorites. And it came out in 2005, so also in the PS2 era. And it was actually my first M-rated video game, and that was Gun, which was basically Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption. It was like the best Western video game ever made, up until Red Dead Redemption 1 came out 5 years later. But I was only 5 years old at the time, and I played that game to death. Like we had to replace so many copies of it because of how much I played it. We had to replace entire PlayStations because we didn't. Well, I shouldn't say we didn't have memory cards. We had memory cards. I just didn't want to turn the console off, so I would save the game and still keep the fucking thing running because I was a kid. But I would. So we had to replace entire copies of the game and entire PlayStation 2 units just because of how much I played Gun. It is still one of my absolute favorite games, and I really wish that one day I can do a series on it. The only way I could, unfortunately, is either I get a capture card and a mic set up, so that way I can, have the audio and the video recorded. I would have to. Which, I mean, can you even get a capture card for PS2? I don't know. But the point is, I would need to do that, or I would need to set up my phone and just record the TV screen, which is not very, good. That doesn't work very well because A, I don't have that kind of storage to just sit there and record videos for that long on a phone. B, the quality is not going to be very good. And because honestly, that's what I used to do on my original channel before I started this one. The only way I could record anything, because I only had my Xbox 360, because that was, I think it was after the Xbox One and PS4 came out, but I had a PS4 and it broke after 4 months, and my grandma, who bought it for me for Christmas, didn't get the warranty, so after 4 months it was broken and I couldn't use it. And my PS3, I had a PS3 as well, so I was playing on it, but then it just died because it was 8 years old. So I only had an Xbox 360 left, and because of the way that, well, A, because I was fairly young and didn't understand that you could, actually, I don't think you could record footage on the console back then, so never mind. But I didn't understand a lot of ways that you can record things. So I had this. It was a laptop Surface 3. Oh, a laptop Surface 3. What is it? It was whatever. It was a Surface 3 Pro or Surface 3. I can't remember, but it was one of the laptops that have the detachable keyboard, so it turns into a tablet. And I was using that to record, but because it sits at an angle when you try to prop it up, I had to literally stack game cases so that way the laptop would line up with the camera on the laptop would line up with the TV, and I record my videos that way. And it was bad. It was just the worst way to have done it, which is part of the reason why I just kind of annihilated that entire channel for the most part. I keep the videos that don't show my face. I keep those up. I deleted all the other ones. that show my face and everything, because if I ever do become not necessarily famous but known, I would still like to keep my anonymity. Just because I mean, people like Delirious, they still do that, and it works out better. You don't have to worry about people hassling you nearly as much, and if you go out in public and nobody will really recognize you unless they happen to know your voice very well. But even then, a lot of people can sound very similar. Some people even put on voices. I'm not one of those, but some people do. And anyway, I've gone way off topic here. Point is, that would be my only other option. Well, not only other option, but okay, so I would have to get a capture card, I'd have to set up my phone to record, or I would need to get a really good, well, not a really good, but a decent gaming laptop, buy the game on Steam, and then record it on a computer. But the problem is, I had the same idea to play Postal 2 that way. And the computer that I had, it was my mom's, but it was like, she rarely ever used it. So she let me use it to record videos, when she wasn't, being a total bitch. But she would let me record videos with it, and so that was how I recorded things like the Henry Stickmin collection and Doki Doki Literature Club, the original, because obviously I had the series for the Doki Doki Plus up as well. That I had that on Xbox. But yeah, I did Henry Stickmin, I did Doki Doki, I did Five Nights at Freddy's 1, I did Night in the Woods, I did all of those on PC. And some of those worked well, I think mainly just because they were indie games. So they were, lower budget, they didn't have nearly as much put into it. But for some reason, Postal 2 ran like dog shit on that laptop. It was bad. And that game came out 2 years before Gun. So I was like, okay, well, I want to get Gun for Steam. Problem is, it doesn't run. If Postal 2 won't run, how the hell is Gun going to run on this thing? So the only other option I really have is to try to save up and get a decent computer, buy the game on Steam, and then play it that way. But yeah, like I said, that Gun is still absolutely my favorite game of all time to this day. It always has been and always will be. And that is how I recognize the voice actor for Crypto, because his name is J. Grant Albrecht, or sometimes just Grant Albrecht, and he was the voice of the federal marshal, and also Deputy Bob the Blade, in Gun. So, like, when you get to Empire, New Mexico, at a certain point in the game, you unlock the federal marshal missions, which he's just standing right outside Hoodoo's Casino. And Mr. J. Grant Albrecht does the voice of the federal marshal. And that was the only game I had ever really, because I played it so much, I recognized his voice immediately when I first played this. So that's literally all I can hear is the federal marshal from Gun when I hear him talk. So yeah, that tells you how much of a influence Gun is on me. And it is such a good game. Fairly recently, the YouTuber KevDuit, 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 he actually played the game for his channel, because he does this thing where, like, he'll go back and play, like, old games, or he'll play games that people initially dismissed and then became a cult classic, or games that just people fucking hated, or games that are absolute garbage, and sometimes he'll put them through to completion, sometimes he'll only play them for a single video. Like, initially, he did Walking Dead Destinies, the absolute dumpster fire of a Walking Dead game that came out fairly recently. And he was initially just going to do the first video. But then he had also done Gollum, and he played that through to completion. And he did Skull Island Rise of Kong, both of which are, considered Gollum-likes, as it has been coined. I don't know if it's necessarily by him or if it's just the general community as a whole. But he was the first person I heard that from. So he covers stuff from garbage like that to classic gems like Gun, to middle of the road games like was it Splinter Cell Blacklist, I think was one of his more recent videos as well, that people seem divided on. He played a little bit of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which I still will defend. I don't think it's as good as any of the other Arkham games. I will cede that. Okay, I will gladly give people that argument that it's not as good as any of the other Arkham games. I think that the game as it is okay. I loved the story. The gameplay was really good. The graphics looked amazing. But I will concede that some of the missions were very repetitive. There was a lot of that. And then the live service element just fucking kills the ability to play the game. Like, it took me forever to get around to playing it finishing the game because I have no internet at my apartment. So I had to go over to my stepdad's house to finish the game. And I shouldn't have had to do that. I should have just been able to fucking play it. And honestly, like, I hate live service games for that. Because I want to be able to sit down and play the game with or without internet. I shouldn't have to have internet to play a video game unless it's an online-only game, like, say, Overwatch. You know, where there's no single player, really. If there is no single player component to a game, fine. Have it be online only. But if there is a single player campaign, let me fucking play it without internet. So, anyway, getting off topic again. I apologize. But yeah, so if you guys haven't seen his video on Gun, definitely check it out. It's worth watching his video. It's worth playing the game if you happen to have a PlayStation 2 and a copy of the game, or the money to pay for it. It's so good. It has like some of the greatest voice actors in it too. It's got Thomas Jane as the main character, Colton White. It's got Chris Christopherson. It's got Lance Henriksen, Brad Dourif, Tom Skerritt, Ron Perlman. Just so many people. And it's an amazing game. And again, like I said, Mr. J. Grant Albrecht was one of the voices in it, and he's the one I recognize the most. Because, well, not necessarily the most, but like he's what I picture when I hear crypto speak, is the friggin' federal marshal. But anyway, let me go ahead, excuse me, and just start this mission. I'm rambling way too damn much. I do apologize for that. I had to mention that because I will take any excuse I can to talk about Gun because of how much I love that game. It is just so damn good. And I really hope to be able to play it for you guys one day. I wish they would just port it over to PlayStation 5, honestly. I mean, I get that they can't, like, remake or remaster because it's probably a lot of copyright stuff and money. And plus, it's also owned by Activision because it was made by Neversoft, who is now defunct. So Activision would have to step up and be like, okay, well, let's, put somebody in charge of remaking the game or remastering the game and then re-release it for people who want to play it again. But Activision's too fucking busy stealing all our goddamn money with Call of Duty. Oh, hey, pay $60 for our Call of Duty game. Oh, on top of that, pay another $15-20 every goddamn month or every couple of months for a battle pass, and $20 for like 10 bundles that we release at launch, and then 10 more bundles as we release periodically, plus crossover bundles. Like, it's such bullshit. Like, I get games like Fortnite doing it because those are free to play. But Call of Duty? No. Fuck off.
Orthobox to Cryptosporidium 137. Come in, Cryptosporidium.
Crypto here. How's the view from the safety of the mothership?
Very funny. Let's just say I'm glad I'm up here and you're down there. Loathsome little planet. Now, Crypto, to ensure this invasion runs smoothly, it is imperative we identify the dominant life forms on this world. Those lactating bovoids are likely candidates.
Surely you don't mean those foul-smelling gas bags beyond the fence?
Yes, I'm afraid I do.
But they're covered in nipples.
No, Cryptosporidium.
I like how he complains about cows being covered in nipples when he's got those little suckers on the back of his head.
Crypto, do verify your suit is working under Earth's atmospheric conditions. Get a move on!
And of course, if you don't know, that is God, why can't I don't know why I'm always like getting his name wrong, because I mean he goes by 3 names. It's, I think, right? Or is it, no, it's just 2. I don't know. Richard Stephen Horvitz. Yeah, okay, here we go. Because I pulled up IMDb. But yeah, Richard Stephen Horvitz, or just Richard Horvitz. But he is a very well-versed actor. He is recently most famous for playing Moxie on Hell of a Boss. And in past years, he was also Daggett on Angry Beavers. And he was Chaos in Skylanders. But, fitting the theme of this game with aliens, he is also probably the best known for his role as Zim in Invader Zim. And the way that he enunciated that line he just said literally was just so Zim. He's always doing that. He's always talking like that, and it's so much fun. I really wish that they would bring that show back. Like, they just did the Enter the Florpus movie on Netflix a few years ago, and nothing else came out of it. And I'm actually really upset about that, because I was hoping that movie would create a revival of sorts for it, and for whatever reason, we have yet to see anything more for Invader Zim. And it's sad, because it was such a good show. Also, Gurr, literally the best fucking character on that show. Gurr was the best. Like, honestly, he's one of the best characters in, animation, period. He's so adorable. Like, what was it? The first episode, when Zim is trying to get them disguises at the land on Earth, he was like, I saw a squirrel. He was going like this. Just like the little, he puts his hands up like a squirrel with as he's looking around, and then he's even got, like, for whatever reason, he has the buck teeth like a squirrel. It's friggin' adorable. And then, like, he wants his disguise to be a mongoose, and Zim says, I'm thinking maybe a dog, and he's like, can I be a mongoose dog? Gurr is the fucking best. He's so adorable. We really need more Invader Zim, and we need more Gurr.
We can peer into the minds of lower life forms via the Cortex scan. Rip the preliterate thoughts from their pathetic little brains. Moo? Primitive, yet profound. Scan another one. Again with the moo? I think these lactating bovoids are trying to fool us.
They eat with their mouths? I think I'm going to be violently ill.
Oh.
Attention, Earth creatures. This planet is now part of the Furon Empire. Your benevolent masters welcome you. At this time, we wish to abduct you for the purpose of scientific research. The procedure will be protracted and invasive. Do you have any objections? Earth creature, I am addressing you. Respond or be vaporized. I don't care how many stomachs you have. I don't have time for this.
We Furons have evolved the astounding power of psychokinesis, Crypto. Target an object or creature, then lift it into the sky.
Use PK to finish off the belligerent bovines. Slam them into the ground.
Oh shit, I'm dying. I didn't realize I couldn't go in water. Okay, just automatically throws.
Curse these creatures. Good work, Crypto.
Martha, you didn't tell me we was having barbecue for dinner. Wait a minute, that ain't steak. That's holy mother. Martha, give me the shotgun.
This looks like a job for the Zapomatic. Fry that farmer.
Extract and collect the brainstem from what's left of the agricultural engineer. You can consume the brainstem and collect the Furon DNA.
Harold, come on back. You gotta see this. They got a talking horse on the TV. I ain't never seen nothing like. Little green spaceman!
Are you colorblind, bitch?
I am not green.
Seriously. As long as shields have energy, they protect you from harm. A gauge showing the current charge appears when the shield isn't fully charged. When you get hit or touch water, yep, there it is. Shield energy depletes. Some impacts deal more damage than others. If not damaged further, the shield slowly recharges after a few seconds. The shield bar turns red when it's out of energy. Any hit could be lethal. Dodge projectiles or retreat from a battle until shields begin recharging. Collecting brain stems reduces the shield recharge delay. The saucer also has a shield. To recharge, use its drain ability on humans or vehicles instead. The saucer shield doesn't recharge automatically.
Be merciless. Let none survive.
Ah, shit. There's a river there.
Excellent work, Crypto.
I know I probably don't necessarily need to do this, but, you know. Oh, shit.
Good work, Crypto.
Aw, man.
Evening, Ms. Turnipseed. We got a call from Farmer Dixon over the other side of the state road. Said he heard some pretty strange noises coming from over this way.
Little green spaceman!
What
All
is
over the
that?
place.
A
They
new
got
silo?
Electrocuted him with a big old...
Crypto! That human law enforcement officer is attempting an unauthorized entry of your spacecraft. If those pea-brains were to get their hands on your quantum deconstructor, they could rip a hole in the space-time continuum. Oh, the furonity. Vaporize them, Crypto!
Find down Furon probes to gain extra DNA and unlock Furon Nagami art.
Crypto, my radar shows more humans approaching. Hurry to the saucer! Get in your flying saucer and annihilate everything in your path!
Okay, well, hold on. I got her husband. Might as well get her too, right?
Take a spin in your saucer, Crypto. Get a feel for the controls and then go ahead and start shooting!
Shooting!
Destroy all buildings! Leave no trace! Bomb those monkeys back to the Stone Age! Nice shooting, Crypto!
out, man! Move, move, move!
The army. Fun.
I don't know, but I've been told
I don't know, but I've been told
Joe McCarthy's good as gold.
Joe McCarthy's good as gold.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
God.
The human military-industrial complex. We can't allow them to alert their leaders to our presence. Exterminate them! Now!
Open fire!
Crypto, I hereby give you official permission to destroy all humans!
That's the name of the game!
Look out! There are more to the north in the bushes!
Replenish your saucer shields by draining any human being.
The humans are making a final push! Wipe them out once and for all!
Perfect!
Ooh, shit. Bad tank.
Excellent work, Crypto.
Tanks for the target practice, motherfuckers. Now what?
Did you see what I saw?
Men in Black.
You bet your sweet ass I did. What did you see? Little green man in a flying saucer wiping out the best infantry unit in the U.S. Army.
Right, good. Me too. Green? Not gray?
Don't be a stiff. You know what it means?
Absolutely. What?
It means the paper's got it right for once. Get on the horn to Silhouette. We've got the worst case scenario.
The eggheads were actually onto something? I don't believe it.
Believe it, Roswell was only the beginning. The invasion is on.
So the crypto clone was the Roswell thing, which means that this is 1947. Oh, I didn't even catch that. I damn. Killed a farmer's wife using a chicken? Man, oh well. Cattle mutilation pandemic. Farmer disappears amidst cow abuse allegations.
Now then, I know what you're thinking. What can I, a lowly novice, do to help bring about the destruction of Earth and the inevitable reign of the Furon Empire? Well, I'll tell you. It was in the earliest days of the Empire we realized our species was doomed. Eons of waging war on inferior races with unregulated atomic weaponry had mutated our genes. We could not propagate due to our complete and utter lack of genitalia. Fortunately, a Furon ship happened upon Earth on its way back from destroying the Martians. Human society was young and nubile. Sailors on a foreign planet, letting off steam, one thing led to another. Long story short, every human being alive today has buried deep in his genetic code a strand of Furon DNA. Over the eons, we've learned to clone ourselves, but with each iteration, the information degrades, and the results are increasingly unpredictable. The Furon genes in humanity's DNA are ancient, uncorrupted. They represent the future of the Furon race. If only we can get at them.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Welcome to my little laboratory. You may not have known this, but I flatter myself to be something of an inventor. In my spare time, I've been developing some truly impressive weapon and ability upgrades. I'd be happy to share them with you, if you've got something for me in trade. Say, some of that delicious DNA you've collected.
Brain extract is transmitted to other specimen when a human's head explodes. Multiple specimens. And then humans in the final stages of brain extraction attack their former allies. I was hoping for something maybe a bit quicker, like an ability to make it quicker, but eh. We also have archives. Oh yeah, I forgot I got skin selections too, because I got skins out of the game. Crypto 136, which is the one that was captured, but I have to get mission 12 for that one. The Midas Touch Crypto. Invasion of the Body Swapper is nice. But yeah, so it's literally just gold crypto. Ain't No Man, which I think is supposed to be a Predator reference. Worst Nightmare. Not sure what that one's supposed to be. Mutant, which I have to actually complete mission 3 for. Pale Rider, I need mission 18. Crypto 137, which is the base skin. Frosty, and Krampus. But we'll just stick with this one, at least for now. Then let's check out the saucer upgrades. Let's see what we got. Death Ray, Pulsotron, which I don't even actually have yet. Sonic Boom, Quantum Deconstructor. Okay. Don't think I really have much there. Hollowpox Deck. So I can replay missions from here, basically. Furon Handbook, which just shows the tutorials for everything. I just want to get rid of all that. Wait. Oh, there was another thing there. Alright, there we go. Okay. And then Furonagami, which is just the art. And got a trophy for looking at it, too. Oh, wait, it looked at all of it at once. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, we're done then. At least for the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to ring the bell to be notified of when I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then.